So this last week I've been in Cleveland doing company in dock for a new job, which I'm very excited about, by the way. I was paired with a young man who I thought was terrific. We really got along well. We were paired in that we arrived at the same time, and we had to share a rental car, and we're at the same hotel, different rooms, same hotel. And so we did a lot of driving together, went out to eat several times, had a great time. But he was from Hawaii, part Hawaiian, and just a really fun, energetic, sharp class act of a young man. And so we got along really well. And of course, not surprisingly, we got on the topic of religion. I shared some things with him, and I was stunned when he expressed desire to read the book I just published about the Book of Mormon, A Witness and a Warning, and what it had to say about Christianity and the LDS Church, and even had some interest in my website. Anyway, so I was visiting with him and sharing some rather deep philosophical concepts with him, which I can't seem to help but do. And the topic of grace came up, and because he's had some other Christian type friends, and you know how it is, lots of Christians, especially evangelicals, like to talk about grace a lot, and he's like, I have no idea what they're talking about. No idea what they're talking about. And so I'd like to share the analogy that I was impressed to share with him, and then make some deductions and some commentary on that. So my example of grace is this. Let's just say that you're interested in rocket science. You think rockets are cool. Maybe even perhaps would like to be a rocket scientist someday. And as it happens, God places in your path a rocket scientist who's been doing this for 50 years. Knows all about rockets, up to date. Who's a pioneer in his field, who's innovated some of the new technology. This guy is just a phenomenal rocket scientist. So anyway, he meets this rocket scientist, and the rocket scientist is impressed. Say, hey, look, tell you what, I've got some paid time off. I was going to go on a fishing trip. How about you come with me, and I will spend the next 3 days giving you an intro course on the science of rockets. Kind of a fishing seminar where we talk about rockets. The only problem is this young man had other plans. He was gonna spend those next 3 days with his girlfriend, and he was looking forward to that. And so he has a choice. So how does grace fit into all this? So here's how grace fits into all this. Grace is something which is offered you. It's an opportunity that somebody else paid the price for, and you have not earned. So this rocket scientist has spent 50 years developing his knowledge, teaching seminars, teaching classes, developing technology, consultant with NASA, consultant for Elon Musk, whoever. And this guy is one of the best there is. He has paid a very, very high price for the knowledge and understanding and teaching ability that he has. And here he is offering that to you, and all you have to do is cancel your dates with your girlfriend, go fishing with the guy, and he's going to tell you all about rockets. You're getting something practically for free, a very small sacrifice on your end, and you're going to get all this knowledge and information, and perhaps be told secrets, be introduced to technologies that nobody else knows about. 'Cause, you know, you're somewhat of a scientist in your own right, and you should be able to understand a lot of what this rocket scientist has to say. And so that's what grace is. It's an opportunity to learn and to grow, to develop, to become better based on a price that somebody else has paid, and an offering of that other person has made. But here's the deal. There's an expiration date on this. In this case, this young man has had this offer, and he's got roughly 20 seconds to say yes or no in this case. But that is typical of grace. Typical of grace. And if you say yes, and you agree to it, and you receive that grace, receive that opportunity and build on it, capitalize on it, make your life better from it, live it, then that's awesome. Now you have incorporated that grace into yourself, and as you pay prices, you come to actually earn to some degree that grace you received, because you have actually capitalized on it. So that's what you want to do. On the other hand, you can take that cup of living water and just pour it into the sand. You can just pour that into the sand. And the reality is you're never going to have that same opportunity again. It's never going to happen again. And this happens all the time in our lives. All the time in our lives. And unfortunately, most of us, most of the time, do precisely that with our time, with our opportunities, with the grace that's offered to us. We take it, we just pour it into the sand. And you're never going to get that grace again. So, you know, a lot of us, some of us, are incredibly blessed. Incredibly blessed. We have a father or a mother or a friend, somebody who has terrific insight, wisdom, knowledge, advice, counsel to give. And we just pour that into the sand, and you're never going to get that again. That's certainly the case in my family with my wife and kids. I have so much I could offer them, and most of the time, that is poured into the sand. They're not going to get that again. They have absolutely no idea of the deep regret that they're going to experience as the light of truth is shined onto their lives. They have no idea how painful that's going to be for them. And in the next iteration of mortality that they experience in a million years from now or whatever it is, they're probably not going to have that same opportunity again. Instead of having a husband or a father or whoever who can offer that, they're not going to get that. Say, well, you know, you had the opportunity before, you just poured it into the sand. Obviously we need to make the test harder. Obviously we need to make the test harder so you'll appreciate it. So you'll have to make more of a sacrifice to get it yourself. And that's the way it works. That's the way it works. When you don't pass a test, what the Lord does is he doesn't make it easier the next time, he makes it harder. People don't understand that. They don't understand that. When you don't pass a test, the Lord doesn't make it easier, he makes it harder. Because you were not willing to pay the price to receive that grace. You did not value that grace as you should have. And so he has to change the circumstances and the parameters so that you will value it. So that you will value it. You know, why is it that most of the money in this country, the wealthy people, are first generation millionaires? A lot of them are immigrants. They've immigrated here. They grew up very, very poor. That's where the money is. Whereas the children of the millionaires are a bunch of lazy schmucks who suck at life. That is over and over again the case. It's a very, very, very sad thing. And so I'm making this video partially just out of frustration for what I see going on in the lives of my own immediate family. Just trying to say, hey, look, you guys, this very, very short span of grace is only going to last a very short time. A very short time. I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be here for much longer. I can tell you that right now. The course of the world is such that there are going to be a lot of separations. A lot of separations, a lot of sacrifices. And it's going to be horrific. Absolutely horrific. Harder, harder, more difficult, more excruciating, more painful than you can even begin to comprehend. That's where we're going with all this. And either you can pay attention now, and you can take advantage of the grace being offered right now, or you can wait and see the Lord turn up the flame by increasing the propane going to the fire. We're all going to have to pass through the fire. There's no way around that. We're all going to have to pass through the fire. The question is, how prepared are you going to be as the intensity increases? And there are so many things that we can do to prepare ourselves for that intensity. And the only, to keep it really, really simple, the best thing you can do to prepare for the intensity is to, of your own choice, increase the intensity. If you want to prepare for the intensity, increase the intensity. Instead of sleeping in and living a life basically of laziness, following the easy way, get up early, work out, study the scriptures, meditate, pray, find ways to serve others, and to be as useful as you can. And realize and appreciate the complexity and become a student of complexity. We live in a universe of many, many, many complex systems. And so being able to deal with that complexity and to thrive, learning to thrive on that complexity, is the golden ticket forward. It's the golden ticket forward. And so there you go. Another huge obstacle people keep on having is they keep on choosing the easy way by embracing institutionalism. I'm just going to go with the institution. I'm going to think what I'm told to think, say what I'm told to say, do as I'm told to do, and simply rely on these institutional gurus to shape me, to mold me, and show me the path forward. I'm going to try to follow the patterns that other people have followed, and I'm basically going to go whoring after Babylon. That is the way of the world, is to go whoring after Babylon. Say, I want the things of Babylon, and so I'm going to pattern my life after the what the gurus in Babylon are telling me to do. And in every case, their solution is to get as much as possible by putting forward as little effort as possible and trying to steal all you can from the universe and from God by taking shortcuts, not paying a price, not being obedient to the laws of heaven and earth, but trying to shortcut everything. And it doesn't work. It just simply doesn't work at all. Anyway, I can't think of anything else to say. Now I've got a stupor of thought. I think I've said it. So there you go. Embrace the truth. Embrace and receive the grace that God's given you. Because the next time it's just going to be harder, much harder. Thank you.